Welcome everybody to the South Park Phone Destroyer weekly update for week 2.4, which means week 4 of year 2. Welcome in everybody, LaFours, Wames, Pegs, Dodge, Capium, Def Cereal, welcome everybody. Typical weekly update today. We won't be streaming any afterwards because I have to go get my girlfriend from work at right around that time, so it'll work out pretty well. But we got some exciting news today in the dev update. Sizzler Stuart has been released, which is a Iron Man 2 clone of Kenny's dad with the whips. He has 2 abilities, and Capio's hosted, making love to the stream. Appreciate you, Cap. He's got 2 abilities. The first one is like a chaos stun. We don't know what. I don't really know what the range is going to be. I don't get a copy of the card until Friday. But it's a stun in front of him, so it could be chaos-like. It could be, my guess is it's going to be shorter but wider, and then chaos is going to be like this, and then his will be like more in front of him. And then every time he hits, he gets stacked. He can get stacked up to 2 times his total attack speed, and he can, in order to get to that max stat, he has to hit 10 times. So, for cost, he'll be kind of like a garrison, like a witch garrison, so we'll see what kind of that works out. I think that's a great card to pair with BHK. Slowly goes up, slowly gets faster, the DPS just slowly goes up and up, so it'll be interesting. What's up, Arcane Magic? Welcome in. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But last week's Team Wars, I included Namblings in here because I just wanted to show you guys kind of part of why the Team Wars bracketing system is broken and why gold is so easy right now and why Namblings and free-to-play are in the same bracket is because a team like Namblings, which has 32 people, only 23 people did their runs, which is kind of by design. And we outscored the team that had 22 by like triple. And 3 of those teams had 50-50. Like a lot of those people obviously aren't playing. You know, their accounts are dead, whatever. But it's just a token to show that like Namblings is gonna be gold eventually. If nothing changes, Namblings would be gold eventually. A team full of alts and rejects and new accounts will be gold. Because the bracketing system, it's impossible to lose caps, or it's impossible to lose crowns if you're like a team of full people and you're running like 10, 20, 30 people. If you're running a team of 10 bangers, you're never losing a fucking week, ever. It's gonna be hilarious. It'd be awesome. I wanna do that. Let's do it. Lock it at 10. 10 of us start an account, a brand new account, and we go into every Team Wars with a base level card, pretty much. What's up, Dosley Do? Welcome back in. Arcane, good to see you. Mr. Bench as well. But you can kind of see Mercenaries had a really good point run though. Like if we would have had like one person miss their run or something like that, they would have been right on our heels, so good for them. Wames, thanks for the raid by the way, I missed that. Savage, what's up buddy? Alright, so I didn't get anything good at all, pretty much. Like, at all. But let's look at last week's games. What do you guys want to start with? Let's start with the main this week. I like starting with the main, usually the games are kind of shit. But they can evolve into something better. Pegs, how you doing? Namblings 3? Oh yeah, right. Pegs is ready for that one. Alright, so we lead with Murph. No, we lead with Sam. Kind of thinking, you know, maybe he doesn't have the lightning bolt for it. Level 3 Coon. Sad. So we dropped the Murph because the Murph does stun the Coon. Another reason why Coon was terrible this week is because of Murph right there. Even though he's got plus 28, 1 attack, 2 attacks. He only got 2 attacks off with that plus 28. So even if it would have been plus 300, wouldn't have mattered, right? So we're just stacking now because he's like super low on energy with all that shit he just played. We should be able to probably just take the rest of the bar with this Murph. And this is, I mean, 6,100 in gold. Like, this guy should not be on a gold team. Nobody should be on a gold team like that's less than 7K at least. So I played my classy level 2 to give him a chance. And his was even higher level than mine. His team took him to max 2. We were at base 2. But it didn't matter. And classy ends up winning me the game because she's a fucking beast. She's a beast. What if that took a bar? That'd be crazy. Classy coming in clutch. It's just, I wouldn't want to play Team Wars if I was in that rank in a gold team. I would be like, hey, you got a silver team I could try out? Like, Jesus. How do you get over 3,200 with 23 runs? Is that what it said? I don't think that, I think it was 28 runs maybe? Maybe you saw it wrong? Let me look it up. Let me find it. Where'd it go? There you go. 18, not 28. Wait, 3,200? What team are you talking about? What fucking score? 3,200 with 23 runs? What scores are you talking about? Were you looking at the wrong bracket? I think you were looking at the wrong bracket. Alright, let's go back a few. LaForce distracted me. Kun was fine for me. I don't know, man. Namblings got #1 and everybody wasted cap. Like, we got first place, but everybody wasted caps on Kun. But it was our lowest score that we've gotten in 3 weeks. So I don't know what the fuck happened, but I think the deck was just kind of tricky. But I didn't play Kun once, and I got 112 on that account, I think. But other people played him and did well, so you know, whatever. So I played him hoping that maybe we could just chunk the damage, but we ended up taking the bar. Storyteller took a bar by himself, which was like really surprising to me. I second guessed that. The classy's scaring me. Didn't pay shit for this. What a funny name. Oh no, he can't do it. He can't do it. And I wipe him out completely. I love Shelly, dude. You can play her so aggressively because she can knock back. Like, you can't just play an assassin on her and take care of her. Nice fireball. See, this is, you should keep playing, man. You got a Mysterion coming back constantly. You could maybe keep me from 3 bar. Completely disagree with your statement that you shouldn't be in gold unless you're low. I do fine, but I'm hovering on that number. Yeah, but what, like, who's your team getting matched with? You shouldn't do fine and score 2,000 points as a team or whatever and win your bracket, or whatever situation your team is. If you're, what'd you say? Well, yeah, 7,000. If you're around that number, that's fine. But if you're 6,000. Like, just because you're in Legend doesn't mean you should be in Gold League. I just don't think they should be differentiated like that. It's just too easy to, I mean, you can face somebody that's 2,000. I fought somebody that was 4,000 the other day. Like, it's ridiculous. And they're in a gold team. Like, I don't know, what they need to do is like force these teams to like merge together so that all these teams can do better. But then all the teams that are gold that were there that would never have gotten there if this current setup is how it was, they're just there because they have so many crowns that, like, it'll take them losing 30 weeks to lose, but all they gotta do is run 45 people and they don't lose. It's just like they need a top platinum rank, top 50 teams, top 40 teams, top 10 teams, top 20 teams, whatever they want to do. That's all they need to do. Or they make it based on, instead, like, you make your bracketing based on crowns, and then it'll be real quick before those teams that shouldn't be there aren't there anymore. Like, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays each other, not like that, but TMI matches up against free to play or something like that. Like, they don't get free matchups and avoid everybody by running 43 people or whatever. I like the rat play there. Let the new kid deal with the top one while sacrificing that one, but that one gets behind him, so he still does damage until the new kid targets to it. Unfortunately, he went to top side. If he would have went to bottom side, he would have lasted longer. The mothers with higher rank do worse. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's people who do really well on a team that's probably higher than they should be for their account. And then there's people who do terrible. I was trying to steal the Garrison right there with the Indian. And then there's people who do terrible on a bronze team who should be on a gold team, but they're just fucking terrible. You know what I mean? And it's just tough to... That was a funny Inuit. We're playing the level 2 epic game in gold. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I shouldn't be able to play a level 2 epic and have it be like a legitimate strategy. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm kind of sad at trying to protect this classy to make something happy. Holy shit. Oh man, my plan almost worked perfectly, but new kid targeted him. I'm the Namblings bench. Really? Yeah. Namblings, what's Namblings? Silver? Yeah, Namblings Namblings got second the last time we played them. They're doing alright. Kitty! My dad gave me boxes for when I moved, and I made a little fort for the kitties. I stacked a bunch of them on each other and shit. Hanging in there, yeah, man. But there's like no reward for hanging in there, you know? There's no real, I mean, the real benefit is that like there's really no tangible difference between number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. You know, like there's obviously the total number difference, you know, like you'll get 15 rares instead of 12 or whatever. But as far as like getting a legend card, which is really what matters, you really get seemingly a decent chance whether you're number 1 or number 5. And sometimes it seems like, and I'm sure it's just confirmation bias, but sometimes it seems like when you get second or third, the team nets more legendaries than when you get first place. So it's kind of... It doesn't really matter how you do in the team, in the bracket, other than like bragging rights. And staying in gold, you know, if you're at the cusp where like if losing crowns puts you at gold, that's why it would be sick if like 4th, 5th place loses a fuck ton of crowns, like a lot of crowns. I'm talking, ooh, like 500 fucking crowns for getting last place. Get the fuck out of this league. You don't belong here. Our last 5 weeks were 3-2, 3-3-2. Nice. And 2 of those were bracketed with the best team in the game. Like, that's impressive. All right, so let's talk these out. We got Garrison, who's decent start, even if he's level 2. Got the Psalm out, see if he tries to deal with it. The level 4 class is kind of scary, but we do have the Chaos to pause it. We're gonna try to pause his. Oh, and he fireballs my Chaos right before it comes out. I am in trouble now. We gotta try to save the Timmy for when she gets her ability. Procs at 2/3, steal it now. She doesn't get an attack off. Luckily, we're able to do a little bit more damage before she falls. She gets 1 hit off on someone who already has full health, and we protect her. I thought I had to protect Shelly there, so I kind of wasted that, but we get it back before it matters. We got rats ready in case something happens. It's okay if he brings Murph to us, doesn't really bother me. I'm totally fine with Shelly taking the kill here, honestly, and just have the rat's head. Rat's head. The rats probably do more damage than Shelly anyway. So he just used 4 energy, so I felt like Mysterion was a good bet to at least force him to play something. But we end up taking the bar with it because level 2 has 122. So pretty decent. The math there actually didn't make sense. We used the Chaos to clean up the rats because nothing else really did clean up. So our hand right now is terrible. Coon, President, Mintberry Crunch. So we're begging this motherfucker to play something. But look at this Chaos come through. The level 3 Shelly. He overestimated the damage. We don't have to even defend because Mysterion should come back on the bottom side. Yeah, I see benches noticed that too. So I put Garrison out, and then we put the Mintberry Crunch out to make up for the fact that he's booty. And then look at that. The Mintberry Crunch boost lets him survive the Incan Blast, and Mintberry Crunch gets off an attack and actually kills Incan in the backline, and Chaos deals with us. We put Sam out because now he can't Chaos stun it and prevent us from using it. We do have the Inuit out. Is Sam gonna get the Inuit kill? It's gonna depend. No, Storyteller's gonna steal it. Lucky. All right, we're gonna try to push for this 3-bar here. Get Namblings those points. All right, there's the first bar. Now we gotta go hard. Put the rats out. He tries to play something else. We blast it with Sam. Drop that home. Boom. Oh, we barely had any health left. You can bracket top 10. The 5th pack golds way back when teams were in silver, yeah. I think 5th place is the same as 1st place. I think that's how it works. In every bracket, if you get 5th place, it's about the same as getting 1st place. So no matter what, you want to be up in the next bracket because at worst, you're getting the best from the bottom one. So it's definitely beneficial to be up in the next bracket. All right, Namblings number 2. This one I started a little late, but this was the first play. It was Mysterion getting dropped. There was no extra stuff that happened. So luckily, Garrison actually gives us a little bit of value by swiping these rats away and stopping the Mysterion. So he gets a little value before he dies, but I'm hoping it's not gonna hit the rat. And it didn't hit the rat, so he gets quite a bit of value. I'm actually kind of impressed with him. We dropped that out to protect Shelly a little bit. And he does get the hit on my Chaos and Garrison, because Garrison's attack is just bonkers slow. But we do have Mysterion coming back for us. Shelly doesn't get hit. We're hoping to use her ability if we need to. Shelly doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but she can support a little bit. Would be a good fireball there if I would have had it at the time. Can't use it. The Shelly damaged me a little quicker than I thought she would. The Sam there was kind of ballsy. He could have lightning bolted me, but yeah. I think he needed one more hit. His lightning bolt must have been level 4 or level 3, whatever the lower one was. My Timmy should deal with her. A little bit of knockback, makes her reset her attack a bit. So we're about even on health now. We both got Mysterions coming back, but I got one with a Mintberry Crunch boost and level 2, baby. All right, get a little bit of extra cushion from the hit. We can get the Coon in the air. That's fine, and then we can snag the Mysterion. Oh, it doesn't kill him, unfortunately. It would have been nice if that would have killed him. But the Storyteller can mop it up. The Mintberry Crunch is gonna go down, but maybe we can save him, at least make sure the Coon dies before that heal comes out, because Coon is, what do we say at home, folks? Booty. Coon is booty. Then he plays the rats straight onto the Storyteller. Not terrible play, but usually doesn't wind up pretty good for you. Now we got our rats with Mysterion coming behind. Nice Chaos play, but 3 rats were not stunned. Now our Mysterion kills his. Mysterion takes a hit in. No, he doesn't get it in. Now we're in trouble. We got a lightning bolt to Sam. Timmy is hitting New Kid. We got the time. Mysterion's gonna be coming back. Oh, we should have just let him attack, but we wouldn't have had enough energy or damage to hit him in one because Timmy got negative 28, but we would have been in fireball range. So will that cost us the game? We do have fireball and lightning bolt, but can we have 9 energy in hand and it wouldn't be wasted? Try to save the Sam for the Mysterion so we don't have to worry about him. Could have waited a little bit and maybe snagged the Incan too. Now we drop him. We got 2 assassins coming and we're just trying to get that last 90 damage no matter what it is, even if it's 1 rat coming along the side. Everything's getting stopped. The Chaos coming through. The Chaos gonna get the hit. No, Shelly stopping it. Play the Coon, play the Coon. We got lightning bolt. It's not level 6, so it does not do enough damage. We can't fireball the group here. We got the Coon. We played perfectly and we're able to get the energy, and the reason we're able to is because he played Coon. If he would have invested that 5 energy in 2 cost and a 3 cost, I would have really had to think, do I have enough time before he gets to my New Kid? But he played Coon, so he lost. I fucking hate that fucking card. It's so bad. Yeah, just don't get in last place. 3rd place gold. is first place silver, and fourth, fifth is silver second. Right. Right. Yeah. Does this guy not have a name? Oh, none of the names are showing up right now. Weird. I didn't notice that. Is this Namblings number 3? Okay, I don't know what this guy's doing. Can we go back to the beginning? Because I remember it being hilarious how bad it was. My hair's so long, I'm getting it cut on Thursday though, so we'll be good. And I signed my papers for my loan today. Inspections tomorrow. Alright, so we're able to start Mysterion, which is nice. Anytime you can lead with Mysterion in Team Wars, you're at a huge advantage the rest of the game. Unless, you know, they get to Medusa it or something like that. I've transmogged Mysterions at the beginning before. So he just leaves Mysterion and doesn't do anything, so I don't know what's really happening. We still want to play smart though, because we never know. And then he plays Sharon butt naked in the corner. Thanks, Williams. I mean, it's not technically, it still has to go through underwriting and stuff, but like, credit score is 813, I think I'll be okay. And I don't know what this guy's doing. Like 60-40, so like how do you get to be 60-40 playing like this? I don't understand what's happening. You can be legend playing like this. My only guess is like this was like a hacker who thought his levels would be changed, but his levels weren't changed in Team Wars or something. I don't know. I don't have any idea. But that Man Bear Crunch boost actually saved. I was hoping for a fireball target. Oh, I let it go already. Rip. Oh, we survived. I didn't know Chaos survived in the background there. I got lucky. Timmy could fucking kill New Kid if he doesn't play anybody. And he plays the rats on him. Not a terrible play. So the guy's not a fucking idiot, right? Like, that's a decent play right there. So he clearly sort of knows what's going on. But what the fuck what is he doing? What? And then he... Yeah, you get more battle tokens in the higher leagues for sure. Like, quite a bit of battle tokens. We got way more battle tokens than I thought we would from Team Wars. I was like, whoa, hundreds? Hundreds? Couple of fucking things, like a couple a week? We already easily get it with all the other stuff. And then you get like 2 or 3 tiers per week. Easy. It's ridiculous. All right, what are we on? Are we on Namblings now, right? One sec. All right. Found him. Adventure Lock. These ones are actually pretty good this week. We had a full deck of upgraded cards. So it's actually, you'd think that the weeks where there's adventure cards would be just easy peasy for Adventure Luck, but actually it makes you think a lot more on what to put caps where, you know, because do we stack them on Sharon so she survives Fireball? Do we get stand to 4? Like, what do we do? So I felt like we came up with a good idea. I mean, mostly me, honestly. I just kind of throw it together. And then if anyone's like, well, we probably shouldn't do this, I was like, you know what, you're right. I didn't think of that one. But anyway, he got to lead with Mysterion, but with Mysterion, you want to lead him right away. You want to force him to play into it. Not let me grab my Psalm charge first. I always like to play rats with Psalm, like I was showing there, because he's forced to play something and then we can clean up the Psalm. The Murph here is a great play. So this guy clearly knows what he's doing. So it's at this point where I tightened my butthole a little bit and I got to play, I realized I was going to have to play smart to win because he understands what's going on. So I'm dropping the rats to hopefully distract the Timmy enough to keep Sharon alive. Sharon and Shelly alive. The Chaos was a nice play too though, but ooh, the Timmy got the Shelly instead of the Sharon, but that means Shelly's gonna survive enough to keep blasting. Ooh, Timmy got that last hit. 48, that is Fireball range though. We did get it to 4. So we got the 5 Ike ready to damage. Timmy's not a threat. We're gonna use this. We're gonna try to protect the Ike. Ooh, I thought maybe it would kill him, but the Ike is gonna survive this, only level 3. So the Ike comes back, 33. Should be able to take a couple hits from New Kid, kill the Timmy. Don't really need to fireball the Shelly because it's only level 2. We'll let him push into us with some weak cards. Gonna lead with Murph. Just wanted Murph to be in front of New Kid. It's a good fireball here if we can grab the Mysterion 2. Especially since he lightning bolted there, trying to really push that push. And if I cleared it, Murph could clear it all the way and barely do the damage to tick through for the bar. So we got a smart bar there. Usually 20 days to spare. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you finish the Tuesday events, I mean, even if you don't do challenge mode at all, if you finish all the events, you're gonna be just fine. And then we just keep pushing through. Now he played Murph again on Sam, and the Man Bear Crunch, if it was leveled, this would have been actually kind of dangerous. But we do get it. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is interesting. So we're stunned. We do get it off. The animation doesn't go through, but watch them both die. Okay, so the animation went off, and then I get it back, and because the animation didn't go off, it doesn't think I did it. So I get it back, and I could use it again. And if I would have realized that, I would have hit it again and maybe been able to get it off again. But apparently, and I've had that with Chaos before, where I'm using an ability, it goes through, and then I get it right back. And that's happened with Mecha, where you mind control a Mecha, and then crazy shit happens, and then all of a sudden, you Mecha their Mecha, and then your Mecha gets mind controlled, but then their Mecha has their mind control right back. It's really weird. But that was a good game. I liked that one. That was probably the sweatiest game. Had that happen against me a lot. Yeah, me and Murph were playing, and I had Mecha, he had Mecha, and we both had Bebe behind us, and I was just hammering the button, right? And it looked like ours both went off at the same time, but his mind controlled mine, and mine mind controlled my Bebe, and my Bebe started attacking my New Kid. And then I basically just quit at that point. And then he said that on his side, I was talking to him on Facebook, and he said that on his side, my Mecha mind controlled his Mecha, and then he used Satan and killed his own Mecha because I had a push like by the Mecha. And so if he wouldn't have done that, my push would have gotten onto New Kid. But in my game, my push was getting murdered by Mecha, and Bebe or whatever was behind him. So it was like completely opposite things happened. But with Mayor is another card where that happens, where if you stop the animation, it can like come back sometimes. So let's start this one over because I'm distracted by talking to you guys. Because I mainly just wanted to talk about how even at level 2, the Present Garrison is an okay opener. It might force them to play their rats early, which protects you later on. If they play something like this, you just use it. It slow plays a little bit. You could get some chip, and that's decent damage onto that Coon at level 2. So it's not a terrible card to lead with. It forces a reaction, or else it's just, easy damage. And you kind of have to decide, do I play one card and get the 50-50, or do I stack a couple cards, try to get lucky? Do I put the rats out to try to get it? I wasn't worried at all about anything good happening here, but if you would have gapped the Timmy there, it would have been okay. But I just want to let you guys know that Coon is dog shit Garbo, and you should never fucking play him. He's terrible. His Coon took all this damage here, but it doesn't matter because he's terrible. And now we Fireball perfectly in the middle. Can we get them all? Oh, Fireball coming in clutch on the Adventure Lock account. Leveling it up to 4 was a smart choice. Rat 6. Smuggler 6, or Smuggler 5, Lightning Bolt 5. Inkin, leave him 1. Som, level 3. I honestly think Man Bear Crunch level 1 would have been better than Inkin level 1, but you see him do his job here. He's a strong target, and I mean, even at level 1, if he gets a New Kid, like, he can bust it up. So we're hoping that Shelly kills the Inuit here. Oh, but I think Inkin did. Yeah, Inkin was attacking him. So we reset our push there. We put the rats by the Shelly to hope we can defend the rats, whatever they put out. But the rats eat up the stand of Coons. Coon's terrible, guys. Coon's so bad, Friar Pop. If you ever play Coon against me, I'll laugh and I'll let you win out of pity. Coon is actually pretty bad usually. I have him at level 6 and he's finally usable at level 6. Alright, so we clear out the rats. Terrible play there on his part. We're gonna try to just stack with the Inuit, see if we can grab the extra damage, force him to play something. He already used the rats, right? So we don't have to worry about the rats coming in and cleaning it up. And we just clean it up. So the adventure lock is so much fun in Team Wars. You guys gotta do it. You guys gotta try it. Even with base level cards, you can have some fun. All right, adventure lock number 3, the last one against Vankman. You have to use Mystic to be able to use them, yeah. Yeah, if you call girl him in, it could be good, but like it's tough to get that to happen consistently. Hey, Fryer, thanks for the biddies, buddy. So we get that. What's that, level 4? That's level 3 fireball to not kill the level 3? Level 4 might not kill level 3? I can't remember. I think it might be max 3. No, it's not max 3. So we get some good damage here, and the storyteller's actually going to do good work because the rats aren't going to do shit. Level 4 rats minus 21, they might as well be doing 3 damage a piece, and that might have been actually what they were doing. So I'm gonna defend here. I double defended here kind of as a precaution because I just don't trust level 14 new kid. I've got burnt before. And I was curious here if we could do it. I think we could do it. And we do actually survive. I used a fireball instead, which was stupid. But I wanted Sharon to survive, and I was kind of upset that she didn't. I thought she would, and then we could have healed up. But the Shelly keeps pushing, gets a little bit of damage. Use the Inuit to clear it up. The Inuit's gonna get knocked back. Actually kind of helps me out. I hope she does it. She does. Thank you, Shelly. I guess maybe it would have been better to be closer. Yeah, it's very elaborate. I got DSR and TVT. Nice, dude. Good shit. All right, so we got the Shelly coming, or the Sharon coming at us. We know that he can't just one-shot me. We give up the 2 cost. We know that he can't just one-shot me. I think he needs 1 shot and then the blast. The blast probably would have killed him, but I wanted to be sure. Couldn't see the level, might have been level 4. The lightning bolt does kill me now because I did that, so that was partially bad, but he could have let the new kid hit him too and gotten the damage, so no big deal. That was happening no matter what. We want to get this last bar, but how we're going to do it is going to be the question. I think Murph might be the answer because he could boost to new kid and get the damage out, but we decided to go storyteller, maybe use the fireball lightning. We do got the Murph, we're smart. All right, if we can get the Inuit on the top side. Inuit level 1's only like 90 damage though. We'll see what we end up doing. Coon on the top, smash it, baby. Smash it. Smash it and bang it. All right, we get this out, kill them all. We can kill everybody. We can go straight to new kid. Go, 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 go. Now defend. Defend. Oh, the chaos kills a couple rats. 2 rats are still coming up though. All it takes is 2 rats if they're defended. The Shelly on the wrong side, not gonna be able to defend the rats. And we take the bar right at the end, securing the 114 for Namblings, excuse me. Cloud Chucker, welcome. Known, welcome in everybody. All right, so that does it for last week's update. Had a good, oh, that's this week's. Had a good time. I think this week was one of the more interesting decks. A lot of people had weird card levels. You know, people were playing level 2 Classies. Murph and Classy were usually underleveled. Very, very interesting deck for the most part. It's nice when there's like equal parts, you know, nice removal for the cards that are in the deck, but also some cards that are just like, will be able to stand out, and you don't have to worry about them. You know, you don't have to worry about Sam unless the Sam's leveled, and then the lightning bolt doesn't deal with them, so it adds like a level of, you know, we want to try to get our Sam up to a level where it survives the lightning bolts that we'll be able to see most likely. So if you can get him to 5, and a lot of you people have him on your team, I mean, obviously that's not going to impact a lot of teams, but you know, at that level, that's kind of what you're thinking about when you're distributing the caps, and that's kind of the strategic part. And you're doing the same thing at a mid-level, but it's like, you know, are we going to see level 4 lightning bolts? Should we get them to level 3? Does level 3 survive level 4? I honestly don't remember that math. Oh man, I almost gave you. Oh no, you know what? That's exactly. I'm retarded. So we're gonna move on to the deck this week. So the deck choices this week, not a whole lot of stuff that I think we're gonna be really fighting over. this week is Superhero Fantasy, a pretty staple deck as far as combinations. When you're running Superhero, Fantasy is one that you see a lot. Fantasy and Adventure seem to go very well with it, and then you'll also see it with Mystic every once in a while. But I feel like the utility of Fantasy or Adventure and Fantasy, from the cheap cards and the damage and removal and stuff like that you can get, coupled with like the Kite Shield and the good single cards like Mosquito and stuff like that, you can do some good damage. Chaos is the utility card, like good stuff. Go get Albus' Out of Stop. Yeah, I take that out when I don't want to bug Albus. Sometimes he's just like, he's just too cute and I know he's sleeping. I don't want to get him. And I don't want to have to stand up right now and go get him either. But we'll start with Call Girl and Timmy, and I'm going to ask Friar Pop to talk about this one for us in chat up there. Why is Call Girl a bad choice? Why is she a good choice? You're maybe the only person in the world that really plays her a lot. And while you're typing that up, I'll talk a little bit about it. I don't think that Call Girl is at all a good choice ever. The only chance that Call Girl would be good is if Kun was an option, and Kun was the only option. Like it was Kun and Mimsy, but even Mimsy's a better choice. What am I talking about? If it's Kun and Classy, well, even Classy's a better choice. You saw in that we took Classy over Kun in free to play, and she took a fucking bar for me, like like a joke bar, but still. This is the bet bit of the reward. You have to actually move it. What? Call Girl's a terrible choice this week. I'd only choose her if we had Kun and Mosquito as options. Exactly. And I would only ever choose Kun, like legitimately, if I had Mosquito. Or and on top of that, especially for Team Wars, if it's not Mosquito and Captain Diabetes, I'm just not interested. Not interested at all. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's the only reward where I have to actually I'll put like 10 push-ups or something like that. Do 10 push-ups. You're like, fine, motherfuckers, will get me ripped. But yeah, Catapult is just a good card. You can lead with him because he's so slow and he can play those rats and slow himself down. He is kind of a threat if he gets onto New Kid because he does have a decent attack for his range. But I think you may see Call Girl like in some Bronze League teams or something like that, but I think Catapult is what you're going to be seeing. So think about, in all your deck choices this week, you want to probably think about Catapult being what you're going up against. Hanky versus Mysterion is actually an interesting choice. If you can only get them to level 2, if like the max level for your team would be level 2 for each of them, I would say go Mysterion, because Mysterion has that ability to be like that great lead card, give you an 11 card cycle. There's no way in the deck other than a Cock Magic to stop him, or transmogging him, which would be pretty crazy. But there's the Leanne, and the Leanne could fuck shit up. So maybe Hanky's the better play just because there is the Leanne. I don't think the Cock Magic is really that big of a deal because you're not probably going to see a super leveled Cock Magic, and so them playing it with Mysterion out is probably unlikely. But it's not worth the chance for 5 energy when you know that might be an option. So Hanky is probably for sure the choice for most teams. I could see some lower teams doing the Mysterion just to try to get use of him, but you're probably going to see him get outmaneuvered, so I wouldn't go with Mysterion. We do have an interesting choice here. Amazingly Randy versus Kite. They're both epic, so you can't save any coins or any caps. I just read the coin chat. You can't save any caps, but Amazingly Randy is a pretty good counter to Leanne, and also Cock Magic. So but I think Kite is just a great card. You can use Kite at level 2, 3, 4, and it'll do its job. There's really no, like, there's no Inkin, there's no Fireball, there's no AoE. I mean, other than surviving the Professor Chaos Blast, or I guess the pigeons, there's no real kite scary thing. I guess the pigeons could be the kite deterrent, right? But kite at level 4, especially with Hanky in the mix, can protect, you know, if he's protecting the fast pass, he's protecting the rats, the gnomes, I mean, even if he's protecting just PC Principal or Chaos or CKI, you know, like you put him with Big Gay Al and you protect Big Gay Al. Like there's just a lot of good use for Kite. So I think Kite's better because you can save caps on him, because I think you can run Kite one level below what you could run Amazingly Randy and be fine. I think Big Gay Al's the choice here, unless you want to try to run the Robin CKI, which I don't think is a good choice because Cock Magic and Transmog are choices, right? Big Gay Al's the choice here. Level 14 new kid. Even a base level 3 Big Gay Al, butt naked, that gets a couple of hits off, could win you the game. So, you know, especially when you can protect it with the PC Principal push, you can protect it with the Chaos freeze, you can protect it with the even with the pigeons on top of that ass. Like, it might be good. Too bad pigeons can't be shielded by kites. Yeah, that's what the gnomes and rats slots for. But pigeons are good to deal with Kite because, you know, since he's the flying. Tupperware is going to be your option here, probably without a doubt, because of the Cock Magic, the Leanne. Like, if they lead Leanne, Tupperware is a good lead counter, right? So Rogue Token's not going to have super great usage. I mean, clear out the pigeons, clear out the Chaos, CKI, sure, but Tupperware does the same thing too. Like, Tupperware would survive all those people if you played him out, and then he wouldn't die immediately to Leanne. So I think Tupperware is a pretty good choice. And, you know, it lets you use your Cock Magic along with him. CKI Chaos. I usually say CKI is the fucking choice. Did I give a premium to DOS? Yes? Was I supposed to give 2? Yeah, I gave him 2. I did it. Dowsley's lying. I usually say CKI is the choice for Team Wars, just because he's incredibly strong, especially if you drop a Hanky on that ass. But Chaos is just so nice of a card, and even at level 2, even at level 3, even at level 4, you know, if your team doesn't have him super leveled, it doesn't really matter because the stun doesn't change. And you can stun the Kite to prevent him from shielding. You could stun the pigeons and kill them all. You could stun the Big Gay Al to prevent him from getting damaged. Stun the rats or the gnomes. Stun the Hanky and make them nothing. So, like, it's just useful. CKI has his uses, and he's very strong, but Chaos is just so good. So good. And when you can just transmog a CKI that gets out of hand, not a win forever card. Pigeons versus Diabetes. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't hate running the pigeons just to, like, be able to drop them on a Kite if it gets to your new kid and you can drop them straight on the Kite and protect them. Like, there's nothing they can do to stop the Kite, really. Like, what are you gonna play? Catapult can't stop it. Big Gay Al can't stop it. I mean, you could Rogue Token or you could Chaos or something, but, you know, I mean, Chaos would be the threat, but I think you'd kill the Kite with the pigeons before the Chaos could even get you, unless he, like, was ready for it. But pigeons might be a good choice, just because I don't think Captain Diabetes serves a real good purpose. Most people don't have him leveled very much. If you're leaving him base level 2, it might be okay. It might depend on your... Because, like, a 2-cost card's a nice one to have as a dead card, because if you need to, you could throw it out as a cycle if you need to. PC Principal, I think, is the choice here because Cock Magic, Leanne, Transmog, Grand Wizard's just not a good choice. You're going to lose energy on him almost every time. You're going to just lead into the Cock Magic. Just not very good. Should you get pigeons to 6? Only if your team gets it there for Team Wars. Otherwise, you're not going to use it in ladder very much. Unless you're using it with Main Bear Crunch. That was awesome. Check that video out. That was a good time. Leanne, I think, might be the choice over Fast Pass, just because, like, you could leave her at level 2 and she could act the same way as like an Inuit or something if shit gets crazy. But I would imagine you'd maybe get her to 3, maybe 4 if you're on a top team. But Leanne I think might be a better choice. But fast pass, the chip damage on the new kid, 3 cost. There's not a whole lot of you know, play whenever you want cards, and fast pass would be that. Kite you can't play whenever you want. Catapult you can kind of play whenever you want. Hanky you technically could. Big Gale you can't. Chaos you can't. PC Principle you kind of can. Cock Magic you can't. Transmog you can't. Rats, Gnomes you kind of can. So there's not really any I can play this card whenever I want cards, and Fast Pass would be one of those cards. You can put them behind your new kid at any time. Anytime during the game where you have 10 energy, you could put Fast Pass behind new kid and, you know, he would end up doing something okay. So Leanne, and you get his first ability so quickly that if you lead him mid during a fight at the end of the game, he could get his ability and chip new kid for the win before he's even like touched by anybody. So so much removal might be hard to score 114s. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people fighting with their defense and their cock magic transmog, or even if they're running fucking super far for some reason. But yeah, I think Leanne is what you're gonna see more often though. It's a good card to use. You might want to practice with her though in Team Wars if you use her, because she's not an easy card to use well. She's kind of got, and because once you play her, you're in the mercy of your enemy, right? So you kind of have to play it at a moment where you kind of take that power away from them, where they don't have the really chance to counterplay it. But the problem is, like, you could play her and then boom, she instantly gets transmogged, and then your boys just walk right through. So, play her smart, make sure transmog, because she's the transmog target. If you don't have anyone else other than a big Gale at the end of the game, Leanne's the transmog target. You're not transmogging this. You're not probably transmogging PC Principle. Not that. Maybe use transmogging Kite if you're gonna lose if Kite gets his shield off.
Thank you, everybody.
You're not maybe transmog Mysterion at the beginning of the game, maybe. But then if they drop Grand Wizard Cartman, well, no, you have Cock Magic. You know, anytime you can play transmog, you should probably do it. You're not transmogging that either. So there's just no real transmog target other than Leanne and Grand Wizard. And so once you see PC Principle, you save the trans for Leanne and you're good to go. I just won you guys all your Team Wars games. And then this really just depends on what team you're on. Gnomes is probably the better card, no matter what. But with the Cock Magic and the Leanne, the 1 extra body from the rats might actually be better. And you're more likely to get it to level 7 or level 6 on your team. You're gonna have it 1 level higher, which means the cocks are gonna be 1 level higher. So I think that's something to be discussed about the rats. The Leanne could turn them into level 7 cocks for you, and LaForest can tell you all about level 7 cocks. Low level Leanne can just get swarmed. I'd rather trans BGA. Yeah. I mean, if it's a level 2 Sharon, 2 Leanne, don't transbug it. Level 3, don't. But if it's like a level 5, you might have to deal with it. F the coin toss. Well, don't play games during the weekly update. You know that shouldn't even be on. Unless they plan it to defend the tower. Yeah. I mean, I love Big Gale. Like, I've been playing him lately, and I've been killing it. But as far as Namblings goes, I know you guys are interested in kind of the theory craft of the adventure lock choices. So for this is Namblings choices, so my choices might be slightly different from what's actually chosen right now. Hold on, did I just move the dev update? Is that what this is? What is this? I'm moving something, but I don't know what it is. Huh. So for Namblings, we're gonna run base Timmy, better card for sure. Obviously, we're gonna run Hanky over Mysterion. We'll probably get Hanky to 3 if we can. We'll run Kite over Amazingly because the shield is good at level 2. Definitely Big Gale, get him to at least level 5. He's gonna be our big cap expenditure, I think, maybe even level 6, depending on kind of what people's. I'm gonna poll people. This is the one time I'm gonna actually poll people, because not every adventure lock might have put stuff into Big Gale, right? Like, and same for pigeons, right? Like PC Principal, pretty safe bet. Adventure Lock, drop that. Rats, pretty good bet. They're leveled in Adventure Lock. Pigeons, not necessarily. Big Gale, not necessarily. But we will run Big Gale. It should be even base level for the people who don't have him leveled. He'll do his job. Tupperware is going to be our choice too. It's really going to be our only counter, and commons do pretty well for us at base level 4. Chaos is the better choice here because the stun. This is going to be a good week for us because a lot of the choices that we're picking, they do their job at their base level. PC Principal is obviously the choice here. We can dump a lot of caps here. Big Gale, boom, boom. Those are going to be the big ones. Pigeons are going to be our really only counter to enemy kites, and different stuff like that. Probably drop the pigeons on the Leanne, see what happens. Leanne is the choice, I think, just because we probably won't want to play her at all, but if somebody happens to potato into a Grand Wizard, you could like play one side, wait till the Grand Wizard to get on your side and maybe catch him with the Leanne, but otherwise it'd probably just sit in your hand. But Cock Magic, I think, is also the choice just because we can leave it at level 2 and you could grab a Grand Wizard Cartman, kite something or other. Like you could do Big Gay Albus, Big Glanzer Alimony. That's funny. Got screwed on the Mysterion packs today. Pulled Grand Wizard. Oh, that's nice. 2 Mysterions for level 6. That's crazy, dude. I'm not even gonna play you anymore. But yeah, Lava's not even a good choice for anything here. So I can't imagine Lava being better than even level 2 Cock Magic that we could maybe play and steal. I mean, even if we grab Amazingly or just kite with it, like that 5-for-4 trade, like that's worth it. But mostly if we can grab the Mysterion with it, that would be ideal. And then Transmog, of course, since it's, does this job at level 1, and then the rats, obviously, since we can level them. So our real cap expenditures will be rats, PC Principal, and Big Gale. And well, I guess level 3 Legend is pretty expensive, but these 3 will be able to pretty much max them. Probably level 3, level 6, level 6, level 7 maybe, if that's the only cards we do, and then maybe we bring pigeons to 4, and then any extra caps we have after that we bring pigeons to 4. That would probably be my guess. But yeah, that does it for this deck for this week. I'm excited for this week. It's gonna be pretty interesting. All the removal is gonna be really interesting to see the back and forth, who gets the good removal, who gets bad removal, who plays chaos well, whose PC Principal pushes somebody into a beneficial position. You got 2 Mysterions, 5-4, level 3 playable? Yeah, for sure, man. It's awesome. That's lit. All right, let's look at this week's weekly update and get a look at the new card. Stuart! If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know fucking TV, man. Stuart! Fucking love that show. So here is your weekly timetable. We got Sci-Fi Challenge. We got Mystic Challenge on Tuesday. You think they just do Sci-Fi all week with a Sci-Fi Legendary card coming. You can see the preview to the card out there. Sick card art, man. As you can see, we're starting this week with a Mystical 24-hour token event. That's tomorrow. Jumping to Wednesday, we'll have the Sci-Fi Challenge. In this challenge, all Sci-Fi cards will have a 20% increased stat. So it'll just be fantasy Sci-Fi as per usual, except the Sci-Fi cards are going to be a little bit better this time around. On Friday, we'll be releasing the imagine a 20% increased stat visitors with Bradley. Gross. On Friday, we'll be releasing the brand new Sci-Fi Legendary card, Sizzler Stuart. He'll be a 4-cost fighter. His health will be 420. Nice. At base level 1, and attack will start at 50. He will also have some pretty sweet abilities. He has a war cry that will stun enemies in front of him. We don't, like I said earlier, we don't know the cone. It could be, I'm guessing Chaos is like this, so that his will be like that. Like his will be short and fat, kind of like my pecker. And then as you hit him, as he hits, he gets his attack speed sped up. Don't know how fast his attack speed to begin with will be, but it can be up to 2 times more, and that happens in 10 hits. So it goes up by, if it's 2 times would be 200%, so it goes up by 5% a hit, 10% a hit. I'm stupid. Is it 10 hits or 20 hits? 10 hits. So yeah, it goes up by like 10% per hit, which I don't really have a frame of reference for how fast like Bebe's attack increases, if it's like 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times speed, or 1.2 times, 1.4 times, 1.6 times. So we don't know if he's going to be attacking way faster than Bebe or slower than Bebe or what. So that'll be something that we kind of see. He is boosted right away, so if you want to try to get a copy right away, you can try him out and see if he's worth putting the money in to get him to level 3, 4, 5, whatever the playable level is for you. What I'm interested in this week, 4-Ass Monkey, gonna be playing him at level 5 or level 6, so that's gonna be nice. I've always liked that card. You can't assassin step 4-Ass Monkey, and cards like Cyborg Kenny, Inuit, shit like that, it's completely nullified by him. Rats, gnomes, everything. It's a really interesting card. I really like it. I wish it was better. If I had him boosted to 7, that would be better. I don't have any 7 rares though, because, you know, not a virgin. Just kidding. Just finished the new season. Oh yeah, Letterkenny is so good, man. Get him under kite so he can boost up and he might be good. That's fair. Are you talking about... Are you talking about Diabetes Boy? Hey, what's up, Vegeta? Also, Marine Craig. I actually do have Marine Craig 7. So don't even need him to be boosted. Ninju getting boosted by anybody will be annoying. Garrison getting boosted is always kind of fun to play Garrison. So we'll have Garrison, Alien Drone, Sizzler. We'll make a fun I mean, you gotta do sci-fi mystics, because those are easy cards, right? You could do all sci-fi and then those 2 plus staff and unholy combustion and you're good to go. Incredible art. I fucking love this shit. This looks fan-fucking-tastic. You see the helicopter in the background. He's got just a normal old miner's helmet on. Pretty awesome. You see the cards incoming, just like Iron Man 2. So it's going to be interesting to see what his model looks like, what his attack animation looks like, what he says, all that kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for a stream on my Friday night stream. We'll be playing with him, so make sure you're there for that. Peace out, Pegs. Thanks for stopping by. 9-point deck easy. Oh, for sure, man. Witch Doctor HP is 35. Oh yeah. Put him under kite. Yeah, or I mean, you could play him with like. You could play him with Warboy, and then while he has that speed boost, he'll be getting his speed boost. So then at the end of the speed boost, he's, you know, that much closer. So it'll be interesting to see that addition. But cheating, we rolled out update 4.4.0 today. I mentioned the small technical update was going to roll out last week, but as the week went on, we decided to delay it to this week so they could fix the cheating as much as they could. I don't know if it's completely buttoned up, but in order to add some new things in, we made some updates to our anti-cheat. Due to the nature of the way these work, you can't really share. He hasn't told any of us about it. So we don't have any idea how that works, which is good. We don't want people to know. We don't want people to know how the deranking system works. We don't want anybody to know exactly how any of these things work, because if you know exactly how it works, just like them buttoning up the cheat issue, they got a copy of it. If you know exactly how it works, it's not hard to circumvent it. It's not hard to exploit it. So anyone found cheating, which violates the Ubisoft terms of service, can and will have their accounts banned permanently. And from what I've seen, it is unappealable. No questions asked. I genuinely appreciate your patience during this time. I'm sure we've all fought a hacker. I actually have not seen a hacker yet on any of my accounts. Kind of sad. I didn't really play the first 2 days though, so I kind of avoided them. That's all we have for now. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out on Discord or leave the questions down below. Until next time, we'll see you on the streets of South Park. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't joined my Discord, There's a lot of stuff there, all the information about the stream, the chat bot, all that kind of stuff, what we do on the stream, what we don't do on the stream. All that is there. They're scared of you. That's right. They put in the little thing, not Glanzer. I don't want to get embarrassed. I'm just kidding. Yeah, LaForce gets raped by cock level 7s, man. And then also the South Park Discord, if you want to be in touch with the developers, or not the developers, but with Buck, keep in touch with... Did that not work? This SP Discord one didn't work. Rip. I don't remember what I named it. Oh, did I just name it SP Disc because I was feeling fancy? No, I really don't remember what I named that one. Anyway, if you go to the forums, which are linked through the game now, the link to the Discord for South Park is right here. What about the guy running Shane's name? That was really funny. There any chance the new card will be guaranteed when finishing the event? You actually, if you're on Discord, you would actually know that in fact that is the case. That this week you do get it guaranteed. So if you finish the event up early Friday, you could have him boosted all weekend and really try him out and discover what you want to do. Let me check my, and if you want to buy him. This is that team that's constantly recruiting in the forums. Treating like manipulating the ladder deranking TVT or cheating like using the toolkit. I think you know the answer to that question. I don't think that there's a question what he meant by that. Yeah, I don't think what happened to my... Guys, what happened to my South Park Discord command? SP Discord right there. It should be popping up. SP Discord. Group Discord. Me, check out the SPD community Discord here. Oh, you see the links? Dude, I don't see them. Oh, maybe I'm hiding them right now. Oh, you know what? Maybe the bot gets hidden in this view. That's totally possible. Interesting. Because you can't see it, right? Well, I mean, the bot definitely gets hidden if it's a response with me. So yeah, that makes sense. Face more level 6 Legend this week than I have entire time. Yeah, there's some games that I've had that have been really fishy, but I wasn't sure. And one of them, like, they were on Illuminati, and I'm sure you can spoof that too, but I was like, I mean, maybe, like, but the guy was level 20. This is why I thought. The guy was level 24, and he had multiple level 6 cards, level 6 epics, that weren't getting boosted for the event. Like, they weren't event cards. So how do you have multiple level 6 epics and not be level 25 yet? Like how? So I thought that one was suspicious, but otherwise I thought it might have been Fado, but like, I swear to God, Fado is level 25 by now, right? I don't know. The name was the name was like, do you guys remember what the name was, LaForce? It was like something about I paid for this or something. Something about being a whale or I can't remember at all. Damn, not even a guaranteed copy. We are getting a guaranteed copy, so I'm not even gonna read that. Glad we're getting a new card and one based on a character long overdue for some representation. Reppin' that McCormick household. I hope his powers aren't too OP. One thing I hope will be avoided is older cards becoming obsolete. Well, that's kind of what, that's the concept of power creep, is as you add new cards, if they're too strong, or new characters, if it's like League of Legends or something, everybody else falls to the wayside. And they definitely have tried to not do that. You've seen cards come out that are really strong, you've seen cards come out that are really bad, and they try to eventually meet them in the middle, but... I love when everyone complains about a free game. I mean, you have a right to complain about a game that you spend time on. I mean, I don't think complain is the right word. You have the right to have complaints with the game. And I mean, if it's free, if it costs you $1,000, if somebody made it in their spare time and you're the only fucking person that plays it, like, you can have complaints about the game. Some people call that criticism. So it just kind of depends on the person and how they're presenting it. Some of these complaints might be very, very good complaints. Some of them might be absolutely just complaining. People can complain if they want, yeah. The game has some serious flaws and it's best they are heard before the game loses any more traction. I mean, I don't like the loses any more traction as if it's like lost traction. Everybody is still here. I'm still playing like normal. Like people who got matched up with a hacker, most of the time understood they were getting matched up with a hacker. And I mean, maybe a couple people got turned off by it if they were like bullying noobs. But I mean, those people probably would have stopped playing anyway eventually. So I don't know if that's a big, the hacker with the name Phone Destroyer Steve was pretty funny, yeah. Oh man, but it's just like, why would you, I mean, I know 100% certain that if I was hacking, I wouldn't make a level 7 all account. What the fuck, dude? Why would you do that? I mean, you could have had way more fun with like a stacked deck with just like a couple cards that were just strong, you know? And throwing a couple, like make your fucking lightning bolt level 7 and nobody would know, like something like something that actually really benefits you but is kind of undetectable. and I mean, eventually they'd release a tool like this, the toolkit, which I imagine can track it somehow and will kind of like ban you pretty quickly automatically instead of relying on reports, or fix it and prevent it from working at all. I guess I haven't heard from anybody if after the update today if the hack tool stopped working. Yeah, all level 5 is unnoticeable, exactly. My hacker was New Kid 25, but the arena was noob. Oh, that was weird. Really hope it's guaranteed. It is guaranteed. Buck, I've asked this 4 or 5 times to no avail. Hopefully you or someone can answer. This past weekend was the second time a card use event had PvP tickets, not coins in the packs. I mean, there's nowhere written in stone that card events have to have PvP tickets. This is a sad trend and I hope it's not going to keep happening. We're all drowning in PvP and coins are a precious commodity. Yes, I know you can trade PvP for coins, but the ratio and quantity doesn't even come close to matching what the event rewards are. Can you confirm if this weekend will be coins or not? Furthermore, can you explain why this happened twice and if this is something permanent? If so, it would be nice to know with the weekly timetable posting whether we can count on coins or not. I mean, can't you play till the first event pack and find out if it's coins or not? What does it benefit you to know prior? Like that, I don't understand. Why does it benefit you to know prior to that? It's a rare occurrence that this happens, but I believe they only did this as it was the same event that did tickets before. Hopefully this week you'll be back to normal. Who knows? Card is guaranteed if you finish solo. Nice. And I didn't really feel Stuart was worthy of a legendary card. Who fucking cares who the legendary cards are? Consider how he has such a small role in the show. Hanky's only been in like 10 episodes. Satan's been in less. They're legendary cards. Pick your fucking battles. But buff Captain Wendy, yes. And Sword Out Fantasy. Guess who this is? 2 games played, 2 0-0 draws because it's impossible to push it with DSR spells. I mean, that's fair. But it's Satan really that causes the problem, not DSR and spells. DSR plus spells plus Zen plus cock magic, or plus Satan is just fucking hell on earth. And Blood Elf getting buffs off things killed by spells again. Stop this. That's just a lag difference, dude. That happens constantly. There's time between when you pick up the spell, let it go, it plays, it goes through, and it actually kills them. Whatever happens, I mean, we've all had the time where we try to lightning bolt the Inuit before your guy kills him, and your guy still dies from the Inuit. We've all had that happen. Just part of the game. Whatever update you did has made it impossible for me to play. It is kind of weird right now. I'm getting some weird glitches too, which is part of the reason we're not playing after this. But every single update they've ever done, there's been some weird glitches and stuff at the beginning. And I think part of it is that when they do new assets and they reload them and all that shit, I think the first time they play, the game kind of lags on them because it's not like loaded like 100% or whatever. And then every time you play it after that, it kind of buttons itself out. So I'm not really worried about it. It's not the type of lag that makes you lose games. It's just the type of lag that's just kind of visually annoying. My phone gets destroyed, all opposing players fly back and zoom forward and take another phone. Well, that's just typical lag. That's always happened. But new kid's been blowing me up and it's been like knocking me back and like pausing on that animation. It's almost like, you know how when you're running a game where you're not running a great computer and you're running with like 5 people playing and you all throw grenades at the same time and all the grenades break up into little particles and your computer or your Xbox or whatever it is just can't fucking handle it and it starts going slower and your frames drop. It's kind of like that. It's like you drop frames for the moment when the explosion comes out and when all those exploding particles kind of disappear. So I think that might be part of it. It's like a visual thing going on. But otherwise, they usually button those up pretty quickly as far as like the bugs like that and the issues there. So I'm not too worried about that. That might just be it just happens and it'll hammer itself out. No. Premium's not free. Guess what? It's also a South Park episode. Oh, the irony. The exact same thing happened to me. I was down 2 bars within 1 second. I thought it was one-off glitch, but now I'm nervous that will keep happening. I mean, who cares? Then you lose. Whatever. Keep playing. My reaction to the new like very, very rarely are you on a time schedule for how to get your pack or something like that. Sometimes you get really fucking mad because you can't get your pack and you just need your pack and then you need to go and you don't get it. Like that's mad. But most of us when we're playing, we're sitting down and we're playing for half an hour, for an hour, for 2 hours even. We're watching a movie and playing. We're watching a football game and playing. Whatever we're doing. My reaction to the new anticipated sci-fi legendary is, at least you guys tried. Why even put Kenny's dad as a card? What? When I saw the name Stuart, oh yeah, did you know Leanne and I guess Sharon, you probably knew. I had no idea who it was and I've been watching South Park for years. Well, then you're not very fucking astute and it shows that you're a fucking classist who doesn't care about poor people, sir. I mean, if you got Jesus on here, how can you not work your way around a Mecha Streisand card? What? One of them, a real person's image. The other one of them, a potentially made-up fantasy hero. How can you, what parallel are you making between those two? You could have called the card something different and we still would have got gist of it. What? What is it supposed to be? Iron Man 2 Butters or Kenny's dad card? I don't understand what you're talking. I don't understand what they're talking about. Episode count doesn't matter. Murph was in 1 episode and he has an epic card. What matters is we finally have a 3rd legendary card for sci-fi. Does it really matter who it was? If it's a good card, will you not use it because of the character they chose? With the addition of another parent, it gives us hope that they will find a way to add the Broflovskis to the game. I think it's safe to say that we're gonna get Kyle's mom, because we got Kenny's mom, or sorry, Kenny's dad in sci-fi, Kyle's mom, no, Stan's mom in adventure, Cartman's mom in fantasy. So then you'd have I guess you could have Kyle's mom in superhero or I don't know who you do. It's probably Mystic. She could be neutral, but my guess is they'd probably put her in Mystic if they do her, or they could do fucking Kyle's dad, what's his name, Gerald or whatever. They could do him as a card too, so they could put both of those two in. Butter's dad could be in it too, so Butter's dad could be in Mystic or something. Butter's dad would probably be more likely to be, I bet you she'll be Mystic and she'll be like a 5-cost tank, cause Mystic doesn't have other than Maxi doesn't have a 5-cost tank, so you could do a 5-cost tank Mystic, and she's kind of like Witch Doctor, but she's like a medicine woman. She's kind of like Medicine Woman Sharon, but she's like, well, not Medicine Woman. Maybe like she's wearing a toga, kind of like a Greek mythology, like Medusa or something. I don't know what she could be. She could be like the hedonism guy. What's his name? Where she's like eating grapes and shit. Hutch Truck Randy for superhero president. Oh, that'd be interesting. Superhero Randy, yeah. I don't know what you do. So what do you do? What do you think they do for cards that aren't they aren't in the pathos of the superhero world? They don't already have a superhero person. So right now we still have Wonder Tweak that we could get, and we still have, is there anybody else we're missing? I don't think so. That might, no, I mean, Henrietta we could technically get, some of the other characters we could technically get, but for sure we're missing Wonder Tweak and Super Craig. But what do they do if they want to add a Randy to superheroes? What do they do when they want to add more cards to superheroes? Do they make up a superhero? I don't know. So that'll be interesting to see what they see. But yeah, my guess is Kyle's mom, Mystic. Maybe we'll see Kyle's dad someday. Or sorry, yeah, Kyle's. And then maybe we'll see Stan's, or not Stan's, Kyle's dad somewhere too. And then Butter's dad. Definitely not Butter's mom. I don't think Butter's mom has ever been a... I mean, that one would be out of left park. At least Kenny's dad is like a he's a character. Like he's the poor dad. Butter's dad is just fucking a white dude. Like he's just they just kind of throw at him whatever. Oh, he works for Amazon now. Oh, he does this now. Oh, he does that. He's just fucking does whatever. Meanwhile, your own Dougie is still walking instead of running whenever you activate your own Zen's charge. Then don't fucking do that! Every game has bugs or issues or nuances or whatever it might be that you if you know they exist, why the fuck would you keep doing it? That's why people don't play Dark Mage, or not Dark Mage Craig, Dwarf King Clyde, because he might not do what he's supposed to fucking do. He might fuck off and hit New Kid instead. Like, you can't... Why would you run Dougie Zen? And why would you hit his fucking taunt while your Dougie is going? Like, what the... That's your strategy? Get Zen close to their New Kid and then pull their fucking defenders in? Like, what the... What? What? Oh yeah, General Disarray, that's right. That's right. We need a cheesing Gerald pretending to be a mythology hero. There you go. That's a good way to do it. Jew Gold Gerald. Opponent's New Kid drops gold when hit. That's funny. There's no adults in superhero theme, but there weren't any adults involved in those episodes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Will they? I don't know. Will they make a Randy who got drunk and put a cape on and thinks he can fly or something? Mecha and Pope Timmy double shot bug has existed for 2 years. I mean, at least it's consistent. Bebe still activate ability if the thing they are shooting at is killed by something else at the same time. I mean, Bebe probably just killed it a little bit sooner. That isn't probably the fucking what happened. It's definitely broken, not Bebe just killed him a little sooner. Murph was lame, to be honest. It's just sci-fi had so many better options. Mecha, Streisand, Cthulhu, or Scientology, Lord Zeno. Okay, this motherfucker doesn't give a shit about the game. All he cares about is South Park. And this is the type of gamer that Buck and everybody has to deal with. They have no fucking, not even a word about what his fucking ability does. No complaint that it's basically just a reskinned combination of Robo Bebe and Professor Chaos. No complaint of the fact that he's a 4-cost fighter, which everybody, like, that already exists so many of. Like, no talk about that. just, oh, it's a stupid character to use. It should have been Spooky Fish or Lord Xenu. It should have been Baby Fark McGeegax. Like, come on, dude. You're playing a game, not deciding the next character on the show or something. Personally didn't want another legendary for sci-fi since it'll be level 1 forever since I'm free to play. See, that's what I always thought. Why would people who don't spend money want another legendary card? Just something for me to buy? For something for Oni Chris to buy with his mortgage money? Seen Valve get a stack on something I UC Glanzer. Well, yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, that's a disconnect in the game that you know could potentially happen, right? Because you can lightning bolt that Inuit and he still dies and somebody still dies. You can lightning bolt the Sam before his ability goes off, but the ability still goes off. Like, that's just the disconnect between the server and your game and their game. Shit like that happens. It might have looked completely fine on his end. Like, I found out today that, like, what I was seeing was absolutely different than what Murph was seeing when I was playing him in a game. Like completely different outcomes, and it was crazy. Completely different fucking outcomes were happening. So of course shit would get crazy after that when it tries to like meet up in the middle. But anyway, the only legendary so far that's viable at level 1 is DSR and maybe Hanky. Hanky, not so much. But yeah, DSR level 1. I mean, Mecha's fairly viable at level 1 if you don't happen to get killed by like AoE or something. Midas Gerald with the charge that turns closest unit into gold for 15 seconds. That's a long time. Would they be targetable? If they weren't targetable, we can talk. If they were targetable, too broken. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really happy that Stuart made it as the 3rd legendary card in the sci-fi theme. I always thought a Kenny's relative needed to be the 3rd sci-fi legendary card, as Kenny is not a legendary card in his own theme. That's a fair point. My bet was originally Karen rather than Stuart. Is Karen the sister or the mom? But I'll gladly take Sizzler Stuart as the legendary card over Spot Garathan or Kevin. Glad Kenny is catching a break by having his dad as a legendary card. Keep up the good work. It's just like Kenny to not get it himself though. But I mean, Kenny is technically dead. So. Superhero Dougie splashes new kid with lava on hip. That'd be pretty sick. Just reread my SPPD review when updating today. I bitched about not having server side in November 2018. That's funny. Mine just says, I wear a large t-shirt. Every week you say the same thing, even though adventure is all anyone ever sees. What a clown. Maybe in rank 2000, you fucking noob. They already nerfed DSR, so you should be happy, man. I mean, they did not nerf DSR. They did not nerf DSR. They like, she's a weeble wobble and they like flicked her. While the rest of us are stuck facing against the still overpowered stand and many moons, you can lightning bolt him most of the time, you can power bind him, you can use cards like Enforcer, you can use cards like Cock Magic, you can use cards like Towley and stuff to slow him down, then blow him up. There's plenty of ways to deal with stand of many fucking moons. Clearly this guy is a very, very early player. He's maybe silver, maybe. So tired of round after round of adventure many moons. Normally Mystic or Fantasy though. Bang continues to be the most problematic card that is in dire need of 20 to 25% nerf. It's the most requested fix as far as cards go. What the fuck? Says who? Says who? Where do these fucking morons come up with this idea? The most fucking requested fixes ever. Like, how the fuck do you know that? Not according to this forum. Not according to any Discord I'm ever fucking on. Who are you? I'm not even gonna finish your message. Decks need to be versatile enough to handle different opponent decks. If the opponent, I'm talking like an idiot. I swear to God, dude, every time I read these things, I lose brain cells. I swear to fucking God. If DSR or SAM keep screwing you time after time, then change your deck or your gameplay because clearly you have a vulnerability. This guy has watched this stream. It's so rare that I ever get blasted by Sam before I negate him that when it does happen, good luck to the opponent, well done. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if I don't have removal, oh shit, he played Sam butt naked, and I played 4 cards to try to dig for my lightning bolt, and I didn't get my lightning bolt, and he just wiped all 4 of those cards. Well, airplane mode, bye, good game, like, congratulations. That's like playing Hearthstone, and they lead their deck, like they have a certain deck where they lead, and they get like 6 cards out in the first fucking 2 turns because of some sick combo, and I don't have my fucking board clear card, and he wipes me in 2 turns. Like, there's literally nothing I could have done to stop that. That happens. Sometimes you get speed bagged in hockey. It's a joke, I don't like to complain like they do. Sally needs a nerf, lol. Destroyed a Santa Sam Youth Pastor combo earlier? Nice. Talk about finger on the pulse, right? Watch out for all those adventure players. Sam 2 OP needs a nerf. I mean, I could understand taking a little damage off of the ability. A little damage, since it's global. But even then, it doesn't kill all that many people. Like, there's a lot of people that survive that hit. Just play the game and don't be a pussy, yeah. Adventure or sci-fi needs a removal card, and quick, level 4 man bear pig are a thing with Poke Timmy, it's game over. Lightning bolt the Pope, dummy. You know that he's gonna Pope the fucking man bear pig. If he doesn't, he's probably gonna lose. So lightning bolt the Pope and then enjoy the fucking 5 energy swing you just fucking made. Get good. This new card looks pretty crap. I do agree Stuart deserves to be in the game, but legendary? Come on. Who cares if he's legendary? Who cares? It's about the ability and the stats. It's not about who's on the fucking card. Who cares? It could be fucking the fucking Lemmywinks for all I care. And please nerf DSR. Yeah, you nerfed it last month, but I can't call it a nerf because still every battle I had it versus DSR fantasy deck. No, dude, but didn't you hear? Everybody plays adventure. Didn't you hear? You should have nerfed her ability because now a level 1 DSR is just as effective as a level 3. I mean, that's always been the case. Game really needs to be more balanced. I mean, it's fairly balanced. Something wrong with Matchmaker? 4 games right now. 85, 83, 74, 69. I mean, I imagine that you were, what, 76? That seems pretty fucking fair to me, homie. Did you update the game? There was an update rolled out. Probably not many people have updated. Oh, that's true. So either you're not updating the game or others not updating it. Yeah, that's fair. This Scott's alt account? Really, where are you skill-wise? All you see at 5800 is adventure fantasy, adventure mystic, and adventure sci-fi. It's the Psalms. Dude, this guy is... oh god. 5800. She has to play behind the halfway line. Stand in many moons can get his blast off with Santa from anywhere on the field. Not if you blow him up. Mecha Timmy's also good mind controlling DSR or Labard to reduce the attack. Meanwhile, I too am seeing a lot of Santa Sam Youth Pastor, or they play Zen or Sheriff and Randy to stop him from coming into range of my mind control. Psalms is the most unfair card in the game. How is it unfair when you can just play a 2-cost spell and beat him? It's the most unfair card to your deck, maybe. Don't be a fucking homer. I'd be at 6,500. Look out, this guy's on the top of the fucking world if it wasn't for Sam. Cheap, cheating adventure decks. This guy's a fucking moron. Seriously, it's all you see at my level. Then adapt, overcome, and learn how to fucking play the game. Don't complain about what keeps you from 6,500. Figure out what'll get you to 6,500. Does somebody pay your rent for you too, you fucking waste of space? I swear to God, you're useless. Thank you. I'm tired of seeing the same thing again and again. Makes this game kind of boring. I'm betting old Scott already has the rant typed up against the new legendary card. I'm a little disappointed, honestly. It's essentially Robo Bebe crossed with Professor Chaos. I mean, you could probably say that about any card, though. Man, Medusa Bebe is just Buccaneer Bebe smashed together with Leanne. Man, Cock Magic is just Transmog smashed together in one card. Man, Cockhouse is just amazingly Randy's ability put into a totem and done every 5 seconds. Fucking dummy. This would have been a cool Sith card or another bounty hunter card with Sith lightning at the very least. Made him more like a Terminator unit like Robo Bebe. As it stands, I mean, you can't really use... You can use the word bounty hunter and loosely make him look like Boba Fett. You can't use the term Sith. As it stands, he looks more like a neutral card. They just moved over to sci-fi theme. Except sci-fi is the only theme in the game that affects your speed. I'm hoping he's good and it's guaranteed at the end of the event, which it is. If it's not and you have to pay for it, I'm not against dropping 200 just to make it playable level. But it'd be nice if you at least got one copy for free rather than having to buy the packs. My 6 element Randy is level 4 in my deck, but he hits so darn slow that I'm not against using this new card, especially if he attacks quicker. I mean, eventually he would attack quicker. Gorge Shelly's just Diet Coke Swordsman. Yeah, right? Exactly. Leave Maxi alone. Maxi needs a nerf. So cards that actually do need a nerf, definitely DSR. I feel like Cock Magic needs to get affected where you can't play it unless there's at least one enemy card, like one of your own cards out. At least one. At least force them to have Cock House so they play the cock. At least force them to... Tupperware wouldn't count because Tupperware doesn't count as a target. At least force them to have a 2-cost card out there or a Swarm cost card, something out there. At least force them to do that, and they can't just sit there doing nothing, wait for me to drop 9 energy and then use the fucking card. Like, it's just stupid. Witch Garrison's very good. I could see his ability changing. I think the slow itself is too long. The fact that you can make him perpetually slow forever, I think, kind of goes against the idea of a card like that. Like, what's the point of making it a charge card? Why don't you just make it... I mean, it's a better card if you just make it a war cry that slows everybody on the field forever, instead of being able to trigger it on every new card that comes out after the fucking fact. Like, it's crazy strong. Bradley needs a nerf. Yeah, I could see that. I could see a like 0.1 range lower. Ninja buff could be nerfed again. I think Ninja needs a little bit less health. I think his big problem right now is how much he survives. But yeah, because all you need to do is get plus 100 attack on Medusa, and you win if you have Zen in your deck. Like, unless they can remove that, you win. You can't stop that. But otherwise, Kite, I feel like, needs to be adjusted where he can't charge his ability or get his ability from Santa while the ability is on. Same with Shield Maiden. I don't think she should charge her shield while the shield is on. I think those are two things that need to change with the shield mechanics. Mosquito, I feel like the Swarm needs a little bit less attack stat. You could leave it the same health, but I feel like the attack stat, I mean, 71 at level 7 with the attack speed that it has is pretty fucking crazy, especially when you can boost it with Ninja or BHK or whatever. I think that one's fairly... Yeah, Visitors, cheaper, or more expensive. I could see that being fair, just because the nature of the game, you have to think about what they can combo with, and the fact that you're never going to see a Visitors without probably Ninja or BHK boosting them, and once you get those up to the attack, like, they attack so fast, there's no way to really get to them. Then you put fucking Bradley in there, and it's like, what are you going to do? The Swarm needs less heal ability. It does 50 odd at level 6. Yeah, it's like 71 at 7 and 56 at 6, yeah. It's strong. Otherwise, I feel like Superhero is pretty fair all the way around. Kun needs a nerf. Kun's way too strong. But Superhero is pretty fair. Kite and Mosquito, I think, would be the only two I'd touch in Superhero. Fantasy, I would only touch DSR right now, and then I'd slightly adjust Witch probably too. Grand Wizard, I've always thought you should lower his AoE on his attack. I've always thought that. Satan, I feel like his AoE should be smaller. Adventure, as far as nerf goes, you could take a little bit down on the Psalm, and I think Sharon should have less attack. Sharon, or less health. She should die to more stuff. Adventure's pretty fair right now. Sci-fi, I would maybe adjust I'd maybe touch Warboy, honestly. I might lower his lower, like his low end to make it, because you can, like, Robin is 4 and it only hits one person, and Warboy is 3 and it hits everybody, and even at the low end, that 2 seconds is enough to get 2 hits off if it's in the middle of a battle, or the repositioning even in that 2 seconds can win you the battle. I think Warboy 4-cost, it could be in our future. It's such an impactful card, especially with Bradley out there. It's tough. If Bradley goes 4-cost, maybe it's not much of an issue. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Visitors cost 2, Ninja needs to have Exodia ability, and Mosquito needs to be immortal. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's exactly why, is because Satan hits outside of his circle already, so if you bring it in, it'll go back to kind of the normal. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of the nerfing for all the themes. Did I miss any? Oh, Mystic, yeah, like we said, Ninju, and then I think Medusa maybe a little bit less health, but she attacks slow enough where, you know, but her problem, maybe less range actually, might, like, just cut her range a slight bit, because the problem is that she can just stay alive in the back, even if you get her to no health, unless you have a way to reach back to her, she can still win the game. What's up, Gorbitron? Santa should have a skill range. I could see that. That'd be interesting. Force him to at least be, you know, somewhere within a reticle of Santa. Because yeah, it is kind of unfair to be able to, you know, have a Santa at New Kid, put a Sam or a Marcus even behind my New Kid and get the full charge and have him reset my push. Yeah, I could see that. Him having, and then, you know, it forces him to kind of chunk up a little bit, and then you could potentially Fireball, Inkin, removal, DSR, whatever would be your AoE removal at that, in that situation would be probably what you'd want to go with. I bet that altar on Bradley just before Heroes came out. Fantasy Heroes will be the way to go eventually. Yeah, for sure. That's what Moody is. Moody's ultimate goal right now. I'm Adventure Fantasy because my superheroes aren't anywhere near. I'm trying to build my fantasy parts up and then throw my the superhero parts in. But yeah, I'll be fantasy superhero on Moody eventually. Once I start getting the epics to like level 3, I'll start playing it. I'll end up at like fucking 6,500 probably, but it'll be fun to play superhero fantasy on Moody. But that does it. It doesn't look like there's anything more. We'll refresh every once in a while. Somebody drops something. Doesn't look like it. Sometimes people in chat drop something while I'm talking. But I appreciate you, Sir Mexican. Thanks for dropping the positive review about Stuart. We need to reverse Shaman that removes all positive effects off the enemy. That's what I was saying. Shaman should he should do that too. Is his charge should affect New Kid, and it should also remove buffs from the enemy. Remove the ninju, and if it did that, it would also remove the mind control, so that Shaman would actually be fucking useful. So yeah, that would be a dream for me, is Shaman would be, and then you might actually have to make him 4-cost because he'd be too strong. But I am gonna have to go. I have to go pick up my girlfriend. I'm not gonna be doing anything after this. Thank you guys for hanging out. We will be back on Thursday for the Thursday South Park Phone Destroyer giveaway. We play South Park all day, or all stream for that. That's gonna be, I signed my loan papers today, my inspection's tomorrow, so we'll have some more word on my house on Thursday, so make sure you're there to hear, you know, what kind of shit is wrong with the house. But I appreciate you guys being here for the update. If you're watching it on YouTube, I appreciate you. Make sure you like it, you share it, you comment, and make sure you subscribe. I put a new Buckethead Versus video out every Wednesday, and then this video comes out every Tuesday, and then I drop some other videos here to there, but those two are definitely every Tuesday. Wednesday are the 2 days that I don't stream, and they're the 2 days where I put a YouTube video out. So every day of the week you have content from Glanzer Gaming to check out. And I mean, unless you were here for the update on Monday, then you don't really have anything on Tuesday, but you should really watch the update anyway, because you probably missed something. You probably missed part of it. And it's, you know, nice thing to have in the background when you're working or something. Yeah, I bought a house, Cloud Checker. We'll talk about that next time on Thursday. Peace out, guys. Have fun. I think Fatsub was streaming. Go check him out. We will see you guys Thursday for the giveaway. Have a good night. Later.